Hi, welcome to another episode of Foxy's Little Nuggets. This isn't one that's really news related, but it is something I think that's worth you being aware of. It is a little nugget. There is a man, his name, well, he's long past now. His name was Kingsley Davis. He's an American, he was a demographer, and he wrote something in 1967, which I think was very foresightful, very, precipitous, and was frighteningly accurate for what came to pass. Because if you cast your mind back to the 60s, men worked, women didn't. Women stayed at home and raised children. And the big problem then was what they were calling the population bomb. Paul Ehrlich wrote a book about it. But there's this guy, Kingsley Davis, and I'm going to tell you this because it is stunning, and it's the sort of thing that people don't know. In his 1967 paper, and it was written in the journal Science, this guy said that basically argued against providing contraception to reduce the population. He said it would be insufficient because people must actually want to have fewer children. He said, but if a government wanted people to want fewer children, it would be easy. They said, change traditional gender roles, altering the status of women, redefine societal views on marriage and sexual mores. In other words, yeah, it's okay, don't get married, sleep around, use the pill, sleep around, don't, commit. He said, make having children less economically viable. Do this through heavy taxation, inflation, and increased cost of living and education. Encourage or necessitate that both spouses work outside of the home while intentionally limiting the availability of affordable childcare facilities. Deliberately increase the difficulty of acquiring housing and induce general economic insecurity to alter family planning motives, increase anxiety with potential unemployment, and doing so will change the motivation of people towards having children. He then went on to say that this is unlikely to ever happen because it would be seen as being evil and immoral. We're talking about governments for whom evil and immoral is their daily work. Look at the world around you now. It's exactly what they did. In the 1960s, men worked, women stayed at home and raised children. And a working man could buy a home, run a car, go on holiday. Now, you get two people working. They can't afford to have a child. They can barely afford to run a home. What a world. Governments have done this. Governments are immoral. What do we need to do? It's a horror story. He made this prediction as saying, in response to Paul Ehrlich's, human bomb, the population bomb. The argument there would be, the population is going to go out of control. We won't be able to feed everyone. And he said, well, this is how you do it. He said, this is how you control it. And so governments across the world have done exactly that. We need, I think, to reverse the policy. We need women to work from home or to be in the home to raise children. Because we have got a problem with population now. And it isn't a population explosion. It's a demographic time bomb of a completely different way. We're going to run out of people. And we're going to run out of people fast. And for years, and this is it, for years, the population, or no, not the population growing, the birth rate has been coming down like that. And you can actually follow a trend from about the late 1980s. The birth rate in Britain has gone down like that until approximately 2010. It went down. And in 2010, it went down like that. Why? What was invented around 2010 that caused the birth rate to fall very quickly, not just in Britain, all over the world? Smartphones. Young people don't go out. They don't go dancing. They don't go meeting people. They sit doom scrolling. They have relationships on the phone. Now they're having relationships with AI. God almighty. It's, wanking to an imaginary girlfriend. That's it. Or an imaginary boyfriend, whatever you are. But they're not going out. They're not meeting. They're not having babies. The world is going to have a major, major problem in the next 20 years. That won't bother me. I'm going to be peak. I'll be 80 if I'm still alive. I'm just going to be coming to the end of my life as this problem starts. It's the ones who are 30 years below me. Today's 30-year-olds, 30 to 40-year-olds, they're the ones that are really going to suffer. But kids, go out there and have babies. Have lots and lots of babies. Don't be sitting on your mobile phones. But getting this, that thing, changing the values, changing the economy. Another thing he said was move people into cities and have mass immigration. He says if you move people to cities and you have immigration, it constricts opportunities. People can't expand as quickly as they could before. There's less opportunity for growth, he said, and therefore they won't, have as many children. Somebody should have shot this guy, or at least made sure his book was never published. Because that's what they've done to us. They've looked at this population bomb, they've worked, but it's overworked. It's gone too far the other way, and we're now in a position where humanity is actually going to be in a very big problem. Because when there's fewer people, all the stuff that needs paying for en masse will still need to be paid for en masse, but there's fewer people to pay for it. Stuff's going to get very expensive. The cost of, say, keeping a nuclear power station open. Well, let's say it costs one person £5 a year because there's millions of you. Well, when there's not millions of you, there's only tens of thousands of you. It's £500 a year. And that's just one item. What about that over there and that over there, and keeping the roads and getting the food supply and so on and so on and so on. Everything becomes really expensive because shared costs are shared with fewer people. So we have to say to young people, put your phones down, go and find a friend and shag. Seriously. Because if you don't, if you don't screw, you're screwed. Us oldies, we don't care. We'll be long gone. But you lot, you're the young. You've got to screw for your future. Let me know what you think. And let's all moan about Kingsley Davis and his plan, and moan about the governments that have done this to us. Thanks very much. Not one of my usual ones on the channel, but it is a nugget, and I thought you'd enjoy it. Bye.